F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Here we go. No matter what you say, I'ma spit it how I spit it so you niggas can't forget it. Everybody is a critic. I walk in the dark with my chronicles Ridic, with my game up the bar, so your girl'll let me hit it. Damn, man, my show's simply marvelous. You can stop the hating and debating, you can't argue this. Cause if you found something better, you would sip Moretta while wearing an ugly sweater. But my show you listening, so stop the whimpering. This is for the sinners and the born again Christians. Turn to Philippians. Nope, you can miss me then. If you wanna talk, text my number, you can hit me then. Cause you know my show is rocking. Fat Cat, remember that when your girl is shocking. When them headphones are knocking. Fat Cat show and you don't stop the knocking. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Here we go.
Yo, what's cracking? You rocking with your boy, the thinking deacon, the sinister minister, the Rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites. Y'all know who it is. It's Fat Cat, and I'm here with my dog, Roof. Y'all know who it is. It's T Satellite Bills. What's cracking?
What's happening with you, my man?
Nothing much. It's been a long time. We haven't did a show in a minute, and that's only a reason because my other duties have stepped up, and now it's time to get the show on the road. But we here, we in effect, and we glad to see those that have chose to tune in with us today. Amen. But I don't have the boards no more as far as the birthdays and the passings, but those that are celebrating birthdays, we do wish you a happy birthday. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. So I want to say happy 12th birthday to my daughter tomorrow. I know I ain't doing no show tomorrow, so I want to wish her a happy birthday this day. Very special. She's happy to be turning 12. I mean, she just running it in the rug and guess what tomorrow is? I said, I know, baby. I know it's your birthday. So I'm going to wish Jayla Friend, my daughter, a happy birthday. Amen. And we want to also just send our condolences to those who are grieving during this time. You know, there has been a lot of deaths lately, and still a lot of COVID related deaths. You know what I mean? There's
it has been, right?
Yeah, there's still a lot of. I'm hearing that COVID is tearing India up. Like
I heard.
Yeah, I heard they getting towed up. What is you doing in the background, man? It's pots and pans rattling and everything going on.
You hear all that?
Yeah.
You might need to sit down with somebody. Something going on in that little head.
No, I hear noises in your background. That's why I know I hear that. But
you might be hearing the Gene Jingling or Minjos.
You might be hearing the ghost of Minjo's past. But look. But anyway, what you say?
No, go ahead. I ain't saying.
Oh yeah, keep starting with me. You love to start stuff, boy. I'm telling you, and I'm for it today. I'm really for it today. Okay.
You just looked at your watch and feel like you got Palmer Park today.
What you say? I look at
nothing.
Huh? I just don't get retarded people, man. But anyway, even speaking of death, man, that ties into our first topic of today. Are we getting too outrageous with how we do funerals? I came across this picture in on Facebook of this individual. I guess he was a drummer. If you look on your screen, he was a drummer, and they buried him. I mean, they had his funeral with him propped up behind a drum set with flowers around him.
Yeah, the first time I seen something like that was a couple of years ago, and I said it was some guy sitting on the couch with a 40 and some weed.
Right? Yeah. That's. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of don't see the reason for funerals. I really don't. Especially now, I always said that even before, I started losing people in my family. I kind of don't see I think funerals make it even more hard to me to, to just go look at an empty shell of a person. It makes it hard for people to agree. Some people it may be different, but for me, I think that's the hardest thing to do, especially when the casket closed and all that stuff. I think that's the hardest thing. That's why I get when people say that they don't go to funerals because they don't want to remember that person like that. And so, but I just think more times than many, just like, man, what is you doing, man? All of that is distracting. Whatever you doing.
What you hear?
I'm hearing all kinds of shuffling and loud noises, and it's lighting the mic up. I think it makes it even more hard in the grieving process to know that you're just looking at a shell. But the one thing that surprised me, the first funeral that my kids went to was my grandfather's, and I remember going to my first funeral as a kid, and how scared I was to approach the casket. And but at this funeral, my grandfather's funeral, my kids actually came up to the casket. They touched him. My kids kissed him on the forehead and all of that, and it surprised me. And then my daughter was like, "If he feels like a shell," I said, "Yeah, he's not there no more." So I mean, there could be arguments for funerals and not. What do you feel on that?
I don't know. As far as funerals, I haven't been. When I was younger, I went to a lot of funerals. Since I've been a grown man, I haven't been to too many funerals.
Okay.
As I hear about a funeral, I just won't go.
So do it have to be? Do it have to be for you to go? Do it have to be somebody that was so special to you for you to go, or just say if it was a person that you was real tight with and you just wanted to go just to show support? Because there was a lot of funerals I went to.
Because that's what funerals are about to me. It's about supporting, the people that's been left behind.
Yeah.
And but the funerals lately, I don't really care about none of the people. So.
Wow.
I ain't trying to support you.
Wow. That's one to grow on, brother.
That's the honest truth.
That's one to grow on, brother. I'm just
being truthful. You can't say you got family members or friends that you just can care less if they hollering and screaming and falling all out.
Like this past couple of days, my daughter just reminded me too today. She was like, not only did she bring up her birthday, but this time last year was my grandmother's funeral, and my today would have been my grandmother's funeral, like last year. So my daughter, she remembered it. She said, "I remember this because grandma's funeral was a day before my birthday." And and it's funny how kids just bring it up because I had totally forgot all about it. But it's just this marks the anniversary, kind of like 2 years for my grandfather and a year for my grandmother. But the thing is, a lot of people ask me, "Are you interested in going to? Are you going to go see their gravesite?" And the only reason really I want to go see the gravesite is because I haven't been there. I haven't seen the tombstone personally, and I know the only way I'm going to see it is to go, look. Of course, my mother let me pick all the wording and stuff on the tombstone. So I want to go see for myself it, not because I'm not really a cemetery person. I'm not that type that wants to go down to a cemetery.
Right. You want to see, I'm talking about what you're going to see. The person is not in the body anymore.
Right.
So there's no reason for to go to a cemetery. That's what I always say to myself.
And I think this is the reason why so many people just choose to get cremated. You know what I'm saying? My auntie was cremated. This is the last funeral, but we do have plots. We got plots right now, and we got family plots my grandparents bought when I was like a teenager. And the funny thing is, the cemetery that the plots is in, they over there doing some shady stuff now. Janine, I forgot. I'm gonna bring that up the next show. Janine shot me a video of I think this was Gethsemane or Mount Olive Cemetery in Detroit, right on Gratiot and Connor, and they're digging up people's bodies and moving them. And it was just a thing where people have a family just found out that the plot they were visiting didn't even have their loved one in it, and then they had caught these people on camera moving people's bodies that'd been there for years, just moving them around, and people not even sure if their loved ones are in those plots. So it's a shady thing, and come to find out that the city owns the cemetery. So it's like, who do you really, get with on that? You can't, can you personally sue the city? Well, I know a lot of people got a lot of questions and, answers and questions to be, dealt with. But I just saw this and I just thought this was just ridiculous. I seen another one where a guy was, I guess he was a video gamer, and they had him propped up in his chair with the video game console thing.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah. Then they had one of
all that stuff is a waste of money.
Yeah,
because 9 times out of 10, like a lot of the people that do the funeral for, if you would have spent that money or that much time to show that you care, they probably wouldn't be dead.
You know what? It's funny, but it's true. It's funny, but it's true, and that's what kind of like killed me with some people. You know what I'm saying? I just keep in mind that we all don't. Time kind of like takes certain people away from, like seeing people the way they want to see them, and certain things. Life, you be trying to survive yourself. Like I really didn't have no regret with my grandparents, but of course, we all wish we could have, when people leave, we all wish that we would have spent a little bit more time or the last minutes or stuff like that with them. But I think, and I regretted that so bad with my grandfather because, it was so weird. Like when he passed, my mother had called me and she told me that the doctors had said my grandfather had 3 days to live, right? So, because he was already placed like in hospice. But, the type of hospice he was in, the thing was he wasn't eating, and they couldn't feed him or nothing. He was getting skinny, and so I still couldn't perceive death for my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? I still wasn't accepting it because the last time I saw him, I gave him communion. The last time he was living, I gave him communion, and we sung "I Know It Was the Blood" and all that, and I kissed my grandfather on the forehead, and I let him know. I said, "Granddad, I love you," and he told me, "Be of good cheer." And those was the last words my grandfather said to me. And then I left. And then next thing you know, a week later, my mother was like, "Hey, they say Granddad got three days to live." And then when I heard that, I ran back up to the nursing home. And this time he was in the transitioning phase. And that shocked me. From the last time I saw him to that time, he had went into transition where he was just there. And he wasn't saying nothing. He was like in a coma. He was doing that breathing, that kind of gurgle type breathe like you about to pass. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, and that tore me up. So I'm just like wow, dude. But anyway, yeah, they do do too much outrageous things with these funerals. But my thing is I don't even want my family to grieve. Like when I go, I really don't even want no funeral. I don't.
You don't?
I really don't want no funeral. I just want I just would want my family to just people to console my family and just tell them that it's gonna be all right, and and just I just wouldn't want it, because that'd be because the hurt, you know what I'm saying? The hurt that it transpires. My kids haven't felt that type of hurt of loss yet. They haven't felt that. So I don't know how they would react, And I just wouldn't want them. Sometimes it's misery. Sometimes the music and everything just be tearing you up on the inside just listening to, sad slow songs and stuff like that. But anyway,
do you remember the first funeral you cried at?
Yeah. Yep. First funeral I cried at was my brother's, my stepbrother's, when I was up at Northwood when he died, and I came home, and when I first found out he had died, that was like when Emmanuel found out about his sister up there, and about a couple of days later I found out about my brother, and I was on my way. I remember I had to catch the Greyhound back, and man, I was crying all the way on the Greyhound coming back to Detroit. And I was just like wow, I just couldn't believe it, And that was the first funeral I cried at, And it was and so, but it's like the most surprised thing is that I was able to get through that. I cried at his, and then by the time when my grandfather hit me, I think I cried so much that when my grandmother died, I cried a little bit, but I didn't cry as much as I did when my grandfather passed, because I was, I had strength enough to, to kind of deal with it now, because that was that real turning point in my life. But thanks be to God, man. I just, but how anybody ever deals with death, hey. God bless you, and I hope, whatever you do kind of gets you through that grief process, how it gets you through. Our next topic I want to get into, and that's the Andrew Brown case. They said the family of Andrew Brown are requesting the body cams of the police. Now, all these police shootings that's going on right now, all the cases, I mean, people thought that just because your boy Chauvin got convicted of George Floyd, that this thing was going to slow. It seemed like it's picking up. And like you said, it could be to bring some type of media attention to, or, just spark some movement or whatever it is. But at first, it seemed like the cops were being a little bit more transparent. But what I think is going to happen right now, because Chauvin was basically convicted more on the video cam footage. That video cam footage really did him in. So I think a lot of cops now are going to start running that, the video body cams wasn't working, or just all kinds of, they not going to be as transparent as they were being. Remember that all this talk about, yes, we want to be transparent. But these cops right here, they are stalling, police department, they are stalling giving the doggone video footage. And I do have the video on this, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it.
Says that they will support the release of all of those videos. It's maybe as many as 8 body camera videos, on top of the fact that there are likely some dash cam videos. But in North Carolina, it requires a judge to order the release. The sheriff's department here does point out that under the state law, they can blur faces. So if and when that video is ordered to be released to the family and eventually to the public, it's likely that we will see a blurred face on the deputies who were there. Meantime, the family here says that they expected to get some transparency, some accountability, and some truth, none of which they've gotten. And while they've seen that one clip that they watched over and over more than 20 times and concluded, as you heard, that this is not just to them, in fact, it's the biggest injustice they see, we had an opportunity to speak to the one eyewitness to all of this. I should point out that she lives catty-corny across the street from the victim here, and that she is related through marriage to the victim. But this is what she had to say about what she saw as it unfolded.
He was sitting in his car, and about that time, the police had pulled up behind him, and he started to drive off, and they started shooting, and you could see mud slinging up on the side of his house everywhere. And
I can't do it. She talking like she reading the Floyd Mayweather book or something. My thing is this, and I think these police shootings are some of them are calculated, because it's funny that mostly all the people that are getting shot and killed have criminal records. Some kind of shady little past or criminal records and stuff like that. And that's for the majority of the cases. Of course, we have people like...
But let me ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
Do you think that shooting was justified?
No, it's hard to say, because they only gave the family 20 seconds of a video clip. So we didn't see...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know what truly, and the footage didn't even really show anything. But for me, we could speculate that, because if it was justified, why he got holes in the back of his head. He got shot in the back of his head, in the back. So it's like we don't know. We can't speculate, but I realize, because I would say this, and I don't want to sound facetious, but I would say, if most of them, I know what you're gonna come behind me and say too. If some of them would have just, you got a warrant, the police grabbed you, you know what's been going on in the news and what's been going on in our world. Don't fight. Don't flee. Take that L.
But you got to think about this too.
Uh-oh.
You in the criminal gang, right?
Yeah.
You doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. There's some cops with a gun tell you, don't run, don't move. The first thing you're going to do is run. I don't know if you ever got chased by the police before.
No.
But when you see the cops, That's the first thing you do. Like when you're doing stuff you ain't get no business, you know if you get caught, you're going to jail. The first thing you're gonna do is run, because you're doing something wrong. That don't mean you're supposed to get a death sentence. 'Cause that's not a death sentence. Is not jail time or probation. It's the end of everything. That's the end of your existence.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you this then: the young man the other young man, I forgot his name, the one that was killed right down the street from the courthouse with George Floyd. The cops had him in handcuffs, getting ready to take him to jail, and he bust free and jumped in the ride. Do you see that as a wrong action? What do we tell these young men? What do we tell young black men?
You know what you tell them? The same thing I was told as a teenager. The police will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth. They will kill you. They won't read you any rights, won't shoot you in the arm or the leg like the movies. They will shoot you in your head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The police will kill you. That's what I hate about the youth. They act like this is a game. That's still a man with a gun. You know what I'm saying? A white racist dude with a gun. He will murder you.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not in no way justifying what happened, but I would just say to people, like, you already know what's stacked against us. You already know if you do something that's considered suspicious, then and you make a sudden move, then that's a death sentence. We already know what we.
Yeah, because the streets have rules. If you don't know the rules of the streets, get the hell out the streets.
Right.
Because the streets got rules, for real. You ever been in the car? Have you ever been in a stolen car before?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, when you're in a stolen car, when you see a cop, the first thing somebody tell you is, don't turn and look at the cop. Don't be looking all scared. Stop moving around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about it's rules that you learn. Hey, you in a stolen car, put your hat on frontward.
Mm-hmm.
You don't ride around with your hat backwards with the music up. You see the cops. I'm talking about even when you ain't in a stolen car, when you black, you see the cops, you automatically cut the music down.
Right.
You don't want to give them any reason to bother you.
Right.
Cut the music down.
Right.
Stop looking at the police. What you looking at the police for?
So it's just like I don't know, man. It's just the scary part, and it's not per se for me too, because it don't even matter nowadays. When was the last time you was even pulled over or stopped by a cop?
A couple of years ago.
Oh,
okay. I don't even want to talk about it. A couple of years ago, some more racist bull crap.
And you know what? Thanks be to God, because it's more likely that we will run into a lot more traffic stops in our life, and it all depends on what type of cop you run into, and and luckily
I have never got pulled over by a white cop and not got a ticket.
For real?
Never.
Are you serious?
Never, ever, ever have that happened.
The worst experience of a cop that I had was with a black cop. That's the worst experience, a black cop. The last cop that pulled me over was a young white cop. And the only thing he did, he stopped me because my headlights were kept flickering on and off. And I was on my way home, and he was like, "You know why I stopped you?" I said, "No, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't know." And he said, "Your headlight." He said,
"Did you say no or no?"
I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "No."
He was like, "No, sir, no, sir." Did you do the slave voice?
No. I didn't have no reason to. You know what I'm saying? I was, just being caught because I know I'm not a criminal. So the thing is, and so the thing was, I had to let him know that I was a CPL holder, and that's what the scary part was for me, was letting them know, yeah, I do have a gun, and he said,
what voice did you use?
I said, sir, I'm a CPL holder. I said, I do have a gun.
You said it like that?
Yeah.
Did you say,
yeah.
Look,
no, man.
I'm part of the NRA, okay, buddy?
Shut up. I was like,
We're part of the same
my
family.
gun. I said, my gun is in my glove holster. He said, what kind of gun do you have? I said, Smith & Wesson 9mm. He said, do you like it? I said, yeah.
He frisky?
No.
Did he frisky?
No. I didn't get out the car. He said, your lights, he said, go home, take care of it, and have a good day. God bless you. And let me go.
He ain't frisky.
You do that at Palmer Park. You get frisked. But anyway, man, I ain't messing with you, man. We about to go to commercial. Go to commercial, and then we gonna go to commercial. We gonna go to commercial, and then we're gonna get into our topic.
We have a jewelry business, Jayla's Jazzy Jewelry. We sell $5 jewelry, $5 bling, $5 jewelry for all type of occasions. It's $5 plus tax. It's paparazzi jewelry, nickel-free, lead-free. So if you have any allergies or anything like that, this is the perfect jewelry line to have in your inventory. We ship, we accept Cash App, and we will also meet within city limits for drop-offs. It's good for $20 or more. These will make perfect gifts for anniversary, Christmas coming up, even Sweetest Day pieces, or just even just to have in your personal inventory to wear. We have all kinds of styles of jewelry. So if you're interested, you can take a look on Jayla's Jazzy Jewelry. I'll post the link in the comments, or you can inbox me directly, and I can show you what I have and give you a personal tour of what we have on Messenger.
Okay. All right. Our topic for today, and this is a good topic for Satellite. Act your age, not your shoe size. Amen. Act your age, not your shoe size. Look, I know we need a new commercial. I'll do the commercial. Calm down, mean queen. But anyway, that it pertains to anything in your life. What are you too old to be doing right now in your life? Or what do you see as immature now the older you get? What do you see that you shouldn't be doing or participating in now at your age? That's the question. So we're going to explore into that right now on the Fatcat Show, and hopefully we'll get some comments. And if you want to comment, that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that 1 if you want your comment heard right here. So, man, that's the question right now. What do you think? Say arguing with people. I think arguing is just I think you're gonna always have that type of stuff happening. I think some people are just passionate about certain things they say. Sometimes I as much as I try to stay away from arguing, sometimes passion pour out. That passion that you have pour out, and you try to be diplomatic as much as you can. But I just hate when people try to play you for a fool, and that's one of the things I think that leads people into arguing. But it should get to a point where you learn to control your emotions and all of that. What do you think, Satellite, about that?
I think having sex with no foreplay.
Man, I'm talking about arguing with people.
We're talking about arguing.
Huh?
If you having sex, you ain't got time to be arguing.
See,
talking about arguing with people.
See,
you know what? Arguing don't even matter if you don't care. You don't even really argue with people that you care about. Because if I don't care about you, what I look like arguing with you? For what? I don't care if the end result is you look like the winner or if I look like the winner. Who cares?
But I'm saying this.
I'm just trying to.
You know, an argument can simply be this: somebody accusing you of something. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's up to you to explain yourself. Why would you explain yourself to somebody?
Okay, say this. You go and you minding your own business and just say, let's say you in some place like Walmart or grocery store, and a security person come up and he said, "Hey, I saw you steal something, and you know you didn't steal nothing." And you like, and he like, man, check your pockets. I need to check your pockets. So then you go.
But what if you got biker shorts on?
Dude, act your age, not your shoe size, man. Jesus, you can't stay serious for a minute, dude.
I am serious.
You're not serious.
What if he want to check you?
I don't care if he got biker shorts on or not.
You got some biker shorts on with a camel toe, Anything could be happening.
I'm going to let you finish, man. Come on, man. Be serious.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. But as far as what you too old for, I don't know, explaining yourself to somebody that you really don't care about, or even being bothered with somebody you don't care about. Because we did stuff like that when we was young. Mm-hmm. We would be bothered with people because we just wanted some cakes or something. As you get older, you like, man, the cakes ain't even worth it.
But do you get my point of when you're accused of something that just that scenario right there? If somebody say, because I remember like something similar happened to me at work when a lady said that I snatched her purse, and I was,
And what happened?
And they kind of like brought me out for the lady. She said a bald head, light skinned security officer snatched her purse. So it was only 2 light skinned bald head guys on the shift at the time, and they put me like in sort of a lineup. So this lady and I came to the spot where the lady was, and I didn't know what the hell was happening. They didn't explain to me what was going on.
So we ain't talking about relationship stuff, right?
We talking about anything, anything that kind of like.
Oh, okay.
So this lady pointed me out, and she's like, all I saw was a finger pointing at me, and I was like, what the hell's going on? They said, this lady is accusing you of snatching her purse. And I said, what the hell I look like snatching somebody's damn purse for? And then next thing you know, a couple of minutes later, her friend comes to her, and she left her purse in the car and gave it to her. And you talking about somebody?
So why she say somebody snatched it?
That's what I'm.
Where'd she get that from?
Yeah, that's what pissed me off. So I was like. And then the mere fact that my job would put me in a position where I was being humiliated. They had me standing there looking, explain to me what I'm going into. Don't have me looking dumb, standing there looking dumb. That pissed me off. So after I got through.
I'm kind of stuck. What's the topic again?
It's act your age. Well, we talking about where it got into. When the mean queen said arguing with people, she said, I'm too old to be going back and forth with people. And so when I got through going through that situation, man, I was cussing some supervisors out. I was pissed. I like, man, don't ever put me in no damn line up for no damn. I said that's beyond that. That's below my character, dude. You already know I've been here.
You said all that?
Yeah. I said, man, I've been here for at that time, sure, I was there about 10 years. Like, man, I've been here too long, dog. I ain't take a penny off a dog on pick a penny up off the floor, dude. Without don't even play me like that. You know,
you told them.
So, but I'm just saying. So it's just a lot of things. I think most dudes are too old to be wearing ponytails.
You said what?
Dudes are too old to be wearing ponytails.
You know what I said? And this is for real. Dudes around my age, they're in their 40s, still wearing chains outside their shirt. Like they're in the rap video or something. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you?
You don't think what you think the chains that's too old?
Well, you get a certain age, you're supposed to have sense in your head. Now come on now.
So
what kind of woman gonna look at you tomorrow? Oh, he got a nice chain on. What's up with him?
So what? He's supposed to tuck his chain in? You're supposed to have it outside the shirt?
No, he ain't supposed to have it on. How about that?
Dog, what's wrong with an old man wearing a chain, dude? Dog. Now, if an old man in some Jordans.
All that silly stuff. I just seen old men in Jordans with the chain, with the cross on the outside of his shirt. I'm like, man, this dude living in the 90s or something. What's wrong with him?
You know, or the old man that wears his kids' clothes, or old man with a hat twisted to the back.
You turn to the back. You know what? I got a friend that does that right now. I'm talking about this dude, like 47 years old, be wearing his hat to the back. And I told him before, I said, look, man, you too old to be walking around with your hat turned to the back. And he said, look, I'm going to be me. Almost like he got mad. I said, oh, well.
Wow.
You got to let people be themselves.
I'm going to ask, me and Queen, what do you think about a older person that wears their hat to the back? Huh? It say how old we talking? 47. Can you be 47 still wear your hat to the back?
Yeah, I give him till 50.
Said till 50. Dang, but what if they still, but what if they still look like a cool, vibrant, like old person?
No, what she should have said was, look, I don't know. I don't look at no other men but you, baby. That's what she should have said.
But you know what she did? You know what she did to me? When I turned 40, what was that? What 42 or something? You didn't want me wearing jerseys no more. She made me get rid of all my jerseys. She was like, man, you wearing jerseys for?
Yeah, she was looking out for you because I know you was dressing like you was in '92.
Look, and then satellite said something about the chains, about wearing chains. Outside the shirt, we ain't talking about no big gold rope like Biz Martin did back in the day, you know. But he said, because I see a lot of old men. I guess that's even some old ministers that still wear the chains outside. They have about 4 chains across their tie going down. So to me, chains are more to me like an old person thing than anything.
Yeah, you're an old person, right?
You heard, yeah, she heard you. That's all right. So what else is As long as you ain't wearing 2 chains. So is it? Do you get to a point where you can't, an age where you can't be bumping
Look.
music in your car?
Look, when I was younger, I used to wear a nice big chain with a charm on it all the time. I used to wear jewelry all the time. I matured. I got older. I'm like, I'm wearing this bull crap for. I stopped wearing stuff like that.
Can you be 50, 40-something years old still bumping music in your car?
That's your car. You can play whatever you want to.
I'm talking about how do it look
but as you get older, you know what you do. You know why you don't play the loud music?
Because your ears.
Because you start thinking to yourself, the ambulance might be coming. The police might be behind me. I need to hear what the hell is going on around here.
Yeah. That's me too. Big time.
That's almost like somebody calling you 2:00 in the morning when you're young. You like, ooh, there might be some cakes. 2:00 in the morning, somebody called me. Now I'm like, either somebody in jail or somebody just died. They calling me, telling me somebody just died, and my heart is beating fast.
Big Queen said, yes, music gives you life. You know, she said, so it's nothing wrong with bumping music. But what if you start bumping that hardcore stuff you used to listen to when you was young? Like, ooh, you get nostalgia and just want to go back in the day. Like, you know, because a lot of people, they get older, they relive they old youthful days. You know, they get nostalgia. You know?
I don't know. I done turned into an old man. You can't even drive next to me with your music up real loud. I get upset. I'm like, like everybody need to hear about what's going on in your car. I don't want to hear that crap.
So, what do you think about as far as in the realms of dating, in a relationship, how you conduct yourself at a mature level on your date? Like would you walk around with, not with with your hands in your purse's back pockets and stuff like that? Is that too old? Is that like?
I don't know if that's too old. I think women, no matter what age, would like that. Especially if you got your hands in their pocket and you gripping that booty.
Well, you silly, man. So what do you find that this? Oh, well, too old to be smacking them on the butt in public, huh?
No, you're never too old for that. Women really love that. You gotta make it jiggle a little bit.
What do you think, Mean Queen? Is that too a person should be outgrowing that? What about high top fades?
Oh, you thinking about growing one?
Hell no. I ain't about to roll up to the scene with my silly missing.
I know when dating, was playing out what you too old for.
What?
I don't know if you did this when you was real young. Try to do it for a long time. You get older. You do 15 minutes. You think that's a long time. This ain't no competition, baby. Go make me a sandwich.
Well, you silly, man. I don't know, man.
But I'm for real.
But I think.
Can you remember when you was young? You would be like, I'm about to wear her out. You get older, man. Your stomach muscles start hurting. Your back start hurting. You start looking around like you looking for somebody in the crowd to break up the fight.
Do you think you ever get too old for going to the club, bar hopping? Is bar hopping
Oh, of course. Man, past 10 o'clock, I'm sleeping at the bar. I'm at the bar with my head down.
Dang. You ain't lying. I can't stay up worth a damn either no more. I be sitting there, man. I be sitting at the computer sleep.
I can remember the last time I got a 2:00 in the morning call. I cussed that girl out so bad. I said, "Man, what the F is wrong with you? Calling me at 2:00 in the morning." Then I heard myself. I said, "Man, what kind of old man is this?"
Man, what can you do? You just, I mean,
they want to them younger girls. They want to call you after the bar closed and all that silly stuff. Like, no, you go where you usually go. You ain't stopping over here at 2:00 in the morning.
Wow, that's what we got to look forward to, huh? Just
that's what you got to look forward to. I can remember being out. I wouldn't even drink at the bar or the club at 1:00 in the morning. Like, it's too early. Then I started drinking. Now I have to balance it out. If I have a drink, it's got to be about 7:00. So about 10:00, I know I'm gonna be ready to go.
But let me ask this. I know it's a limit to everything, but is it wrong to keep a young, vibrant side to yourself? You know, just like about yourself, just to have some kind of, just say, you have, the older you get, you going hopefully in life you have grandkids and stuff like that. And you don't want to be that old, get off my lawn. Don't, granddad.
But one thing about it is, doing young, stupid stuff don't make you young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like these women, they in their 40s get a piercing in their eyebrows or their nose. Like, that don't make you look young. It just make you look like some type of old crackhead. What you walking around with? Just gonna get a piercing in your nose or a tattoo on your neck.
Or
it make you look stupid.
Or old man still acting like he a pimp. That's another. Like, man, when I was your age, I had about 30.
But you know what that old man got? You know what he can still get?
What?
A young girl that's looking for somebody that think they a pimp, because he cashing out. You got to pay to be an old pimp. That ain't free.
Right. But it's just the mentality. Like, I remember looking at a lot of the old men at Greektown. They used to talk silly like that. And I remember it was this one old guy, man, up there, and he had a young girl that he was paying. He was a transit cop. He had a young girl that used to come up there, and he used to be paying her, and he ended up getting her pregnant. And I remember he thought he thought that was the life. He was smiling every time he seen her, but every time she came up there to visit him, he always had to give her money, and he just was smiling. He thought he was Big Nut, Dr. Big Nut, like, oh, I got me a baby back, but and you look like an old fool. But now this man dead, and that baby still around and still young. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like 12. Well, the guy had to be like 12 years old by now. Now, and you dead.
He did?
Yeah, he died. He was a big guy. He got, big guy had a heart attack.
But he was getting them young cakes, though, wasn't he?
but what did he get him?
Some young cakes. He got him what everybody gonna get. Everybody gonna die. So you might as well get you some young cakes.
Man, anybody think about that? You see, and that's another thing. When you get older, you don't think about sex like you used to. You don't think on that level like.
That's what Viagra is for. That's what Viagra is for.
Not even just you slowing down your libido going down and the stuff like that, but it's like you don't prioritize it like you did when you were young.
But you know what's the guy honest truth about me?
What?
As I got older, you know what I just can't do no more?
What?
This is the truth. Wear condoms.
We talked about that a lot too, as far as that, because like, because remember, when you were younger, what? Shoot, you could when you know you was having sex, you could undress 0 to 6 seconds. You know. But when you get older, shoot, your knees hurt. It take you a while to get your pants down. All this.
Take them that just to take your damn shoe off. It take a half hour.
and you better hope
you better wear some flip flops over there.
You better hope you don't fall asleep while doing that. So
yeah. How about you? Oh, you got to wear a condom. It's like, I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Well,
see, that's stuff that make you get in a relationship. I used to be able to just diss women like it was nothing. Now you get one, you keep her. You keep her.
It's a crazy thing. I just, I know it's certain things that, let's get into the hobby phase. Is it certain things like you supposed to outgrow as hobbies? Like some people you see they have some people that like remote control cars as kids. They still grow up with these habits. Do you think that's too?
It's like some people they still trying to rap. They almost about 50 years old.
So yeah, what do you think about that? That's too.
It's time to give it up, baby.
You know what? And not to poke fun at him, but I was just telling my wife this. I saw a video just surfaced of, and it was last year, September 2020, a Black Rob rapping at some kind of almost looked like a talent show or something, auditorium.
He looked like Gary Coleman on the mic, yeah.
Man, he looked like, of course, he had that old look, that same old look to him, and he was rapping over the music, and it just looked like an old man rapping.
You know, I was just shocked about.
What?
Kind of messed me up. Shock G.
Oh yeah, I said that. Remember, you kind of got on me about the drug thing. You got.
Yeah, but I still can't find any articles saying he died of a drug overdose or anything that had to do with drugs.
I had found something about that. I know his closest his bodyguard and best friend confirmed that he had a drug problem for years. But then I read an article where his sister came out and revealed that he was methamphetamines. He was on meth. And that's what really shocked me, meth. I said, man, you went and you ain't even get a rich man drug.
90 seconds.
Not that it mattered anyway, but anyway, man. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Fatcat Show. Yeah, man. I know there's a lot of things out here that seem like you too old to be doing and all of that, but I think if it's not malicious, if it's not a malicious hobby or
60 seconds
or anything like that, live your life. Live your life. If it's not harming nobody or things like that, because hey, who am I to tell you what you shouldn't do? But what you say? What you say, Satellite?
No, I just hiccuped.
Oh, okay. Now, what is Curtis Blow too old to keep doing? Rah.
Rah.
Is he too old to be doing that? I saw him in the interview last time talking about. Okay, right quick before we run out. Being too old to be talking about the good old days. Is that played
or
out?
Too old to be talking about
10
where the holes at?
But anyway, y'all, We up out of here. Peace. Peace.